A very good morning to all. Welcome to the session. Government of Karnataka, Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. I welcome to the session 52 of Unit 6 Fuel Cells, Hybrid Power Plant and Power Factor Improvement for the course that is subject Electrical Power Generation of third semester Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Contents, we will discuss the introduction. Next, explain of methods of power factor improvement. Next, selection of capacitor bank to improve power factor. At last, we will see multiple choice questions. In session 50, we have discussed what is power factor. Here, the power factor is an expression of energy efficiency. It is actually expressed as a percentage. Lower the percentage, less efficiency, power usage. Higher the percentage, the energy efficiency will be more. The definitions are, it has been defined in different ways. First one is, it is a cosine angle between voltage and current. Second way is, it is a ratio of resistance to impedance. Third way is, it is a ratio of active power to apparent power. Now that active power, which is measured in watts or kilowatts, it is provided that it is a working part of the power system. That is, it is called as true power or useful power. Here, apparent power is, it is measured in volt amperes or kilovolt amperes, provided both working and non-working part of the power system. Here, reactive power is a wattless component, that is, normally it is rated in kVA, or it only maintains the electromagnetic field and it provides non-working part of the power system. You can see in a diagram waveform, the power factor is described as leading if the current waveform is advanced in phase with respect to voltage, or lagging when the current waveform is behind the voltage waveform. A lagging power factor signs that the load is inductive, as the load will consume reactive power. The reactive power component Q is positive, as the reactive power travels through the circuit and is consumed by the inductive load. A leading power factor signifies that the load is capacitive, as the load supplies reactive power, and therefore the reactive component Q is negative, as reactive power is being supplied to the circuit. We see the causes of low power factor. What are the causes? Are by using single phase and three phase induction motors, by using varying loads in power system, by using industrial heating furnaces, due to electrical discharge lamps, due to transformers, due to harmonic currents. These are the main causes of low power factor in a electrical system. If the power factor is low, what are the effects? The effects are the large kVA rating required, greater conductor size. The conductor size will be improved, and cost of the conductor also increases. High transmission losses. There will be a poor voltage regulation. The penalty from the power supply distribution companies will be charged to a consumers because of not maintaining the power factor to a desired value. There is a large copper losses, and ultimately there will be a low efficiency. In previous session, in session 51, we had discussed, just list out the what are the methods of power factor improvement. There are different methods to improve the power factor. First one is static capacitors, second one is synchronous condenser, third one is phase advancer. Okay, in this session we are going to discuss in detail each equipment. In an electrical power system, a load with a low power factor means it draws more current than a load with a higher power factor of same amount of useful power transferred. The higher current increases the energy lost in the distribution system and requires larger wire and other equipment. Because the cost of the larger equipment and wasted energy, the utilities usually charge a high cost to industrial or commercial consumers where there is a low power factor. And a consumer has to pay electric charges for his maximum demand in kVA plus the units consumed. If the consumer improves the power factor, there will be a reduction in maximum kVA demand, and consequently there will be annual savings due to the maximum demand charges. If they are investing on the power factor improvement equipment, there will be annual saving in a by the consumer because of maintaining the power factor with a desired value or a proper value. A generating station is as much concerned with the power factor improvement as the consumer. The generator is in a power station are rated in kVA, but the useful output depend on kilowatt output. As the station output is kilowatt is equal to kVA into cos phi, number of units supplied by its depending on the power factor. Next, you can observe the waveform. The power factor correction ensures that your motor operates at an optimal efficiency level and consumes less energy by eliminating the wasted power. Industrial consumers can accept measurable energy savings with power factor connection. Thus, there will be a reduction in power consumption. That means reducing the reactive power. This will reduces the demand and low carbon emission also. The advantage of power factor improvement reduces the power consumption. Ultimately, the efficiency will be increased. There will be a reduction in electricity bill and extra kVA availability from the existing supply. There will be a reduction in voltage drop in the lines, etc. Power factor correction or power factor improvement is a technology which, when installed, allows the consumer to reduce their electricity bill by maintaining the level of reactive power consumption. In asides, power factor falls below a predetermined figure, then the electrical company adds reactive power charges to your bill. In general, the strain on electrical infrastructure is reduced if the power factor is good. The power factor improvement by connecting some devices such as capacitor bank that takes leading current in parallel to the load operating with a poor power factor. First one is by using capacitor bank as a static capacitor. Second one is synchronous condenser. Third one is by using phase advancers. First element is static capacitor. Capacitors opposes the inductive effect of the loads or motors by drawing leading current. These are connected in parallel with the load to correct to be corrected. The elements which are these capacitors are connected parallel with the load where the power factor to be corrected. So that after installing, what the capacitor will do means the lagging reactive component of the load current is completely neutralized in few cases or partially neutralized. You can see in a diagram active power which are represented in kilowatt, that is a useful power. kVA, total apparent power, actually what you pay for, oh, total value. Here, the reactive power is increased. That means the reactive power consumption is decreased by installing the capacitor bank. You can see in a diagram. The power factor is improved by connecting capacitor in parallel with the equipment operating at lagging power factor. If the motor is induction motor, we know that it operates at low power factor. Locally, if you install the capacitor parallel to the induction motor, then locally the capacitor will inject the reactive power and it will reduces the reactive power, so that the power factor is improved. The power factor improvements is achieved by addition of capacitor in parallel with the connected motor or light circuit, and can be applied at the equipment distribution board or at the origin of the installation. Static power factor correction can be applied at each individual motor by connecting the correction capacitor to the motor stator. A disadvantage can occur when the load on the motor changes and can result in under or over correction. So static power factor correction must not be applied at the output of the variable speed drive, solid state starter or inverter, as the capacitor causes serious damage to the electronic equipment, because the capacitor will vary the voltage levels. Overcorrection should not occur if the power factor correction is correctly sized. The power factor correction for an individual motor is based on non-load, that is magnetizing power, since the reactive load of the motor is comparatively constant compared to actual kilowatt load. Over compensating should be avoided. That means overcompensation should be avoided. The selection should be such that the proper sizing of the capacitor bank should be selected. Care to be taken while applying the power factor correction for delta or star type control, so that the capacitor are not subjected to rapid on off on conditions. Typically, the correction would be placed on either the main or delta contactor circuit. Power factor correction applied at the origin of the installation, consisting of controller monitoring the VARs. This controller switches capacitor in or out to maintain the power factor better than a present limit. That is, present limit is 0.95 lag, where bulk power factor correction is installed. Other loads can, in theory, be connected anywhere on the circuit. The individual system of the capacitor gives an more accurate correction of power factor as the capacitor operates when the motor in use. In the case of capacitor bank system, various capacitors are automatically controlled depending on the correction required. In case of three-phase load, you can see in a diagram, in case of three-phase load, capacitor banks are connected in star or delta mode as shown in figure. This method is widely used in industries and substations, as there are no moving parts in this. It requires less maintenance. However, repair of capacitor is not economical once they are damaged. You can see the advantages. They have low losses. They require little maintenance because they are having no rotating parts. They can be easily installed as they are light and require no foundation. They can work under ordinary atmospheric condition. Increases the voltage level at the load. It improves the regulation, and it reduces the I square or power loss in the distribution because of reduction in current. Reduces the I square R loss in the system because of reduction in current. Increases the power factor of the source generator. Decreases the kVA loading of the source generator, reduces the demand for purchasing, reduces the investment in system facilities per kilowatt of the load. The main disadvantage is they have short service life ranging from 8 to 10 years, and they are easily damaged if the voltage exceeds the rated value. Once the capacitor is damaged, it should be replaced, and their repair is uneconomical. You can see in a diagram the capacitors are down part, they are placed to improve the power factor. The disadvantage is if the capacitor is damaged, it should be replaced. Next is synchronous condenser. A synchronous condenser. A synchronous motor takes a leading current when overexcited and therefore behaves as a capacitor. In definition, you can say an overexcited synchronous motor running on no load is known as synchronous condenser. When such a machine is connected in parallel with the supply, it takes a leading current which partly neutralizes the lagging reactive component of the load. In the waveform, you can observe in a diagram the power factor improvement by synchronous condenser method, where three-phase load takes the current IL at the lagging power factor cos phi L. You can observe in a diagram. The three-phase load takes a current IL at the lagging power factor of cos phi L. The synchronous condenser takes a current IM which leads the voltage by an angle phi M. That means synchronous condenser draws the leading current. So the resultant current I is the phasor sum of Im and IL and lags behind the voltage by an angle phi. It's clear that phi is less than phi L, so that the cos phi is greater than cos phi L. Due to this analogy, we can understand that the power factor is improved. That means the reactive power requirement is reduced. Synchronous condensers, sometimes called as synchronous capacitor, synchronous compensator also. In a DC excited synchronous motor, a shaft is not connected to anything but spins freely. Its purpose is not to convert electrical power to mechanical power or vice versa, but to adjust the condition of the electrical power transmission grid. Its field is controlled by the voltage regulator to either generate or absorb the reactive power as needed to adjust the grid voltage or to improve the power factor. Increasing the device field excitation results in furnishing reactive power to the system. The principal advantage is ease with the amount of correction of the power factor can be adjusted, and the kinetic energy stored in the rotor of the machine can help to stabilize a power system during rapid fluctuation of the load. By varying the field excitation, the magnitude of the current drawn by the motor can be changed. You can see some advantages. The motor winding have high thermal stability to short circuit currents. The faults can be removed easily. It has long life, 25 years. If you see static capacitor, their life is up to 8 to 10 years. Next, it is having high reliability, no generation of harmonics. So the faults can be removed easily. Stepless advancement of power factor. It's not affected by harmonics. It requires low maintenance. That means only periodic bearing greasing in it is if it is necessary. If you see the disadvantage of the synchronous condenser, there are considerable losses in motor. The maintenance cost is high and it produces noise because of rotating part. It produces noise. Except in size of above 500 kVA, the cost is greater than the static capacitor of same rating. As the synchronous motor is not self-starting torque, an auxiliary equipment has to be provided for this purpose. Next, the third one is phase advancers. Phase advancers are used to improve the power factor of induction motors. The low power factor of an induction motor is due to the fact that its stator winding draws exciting current which lags behind the supply voltage by 90 degree. If the exciting ampere can be provided from other AC source, then the stator winding will be relieved of exciting current and power factor of the motor can be improved. This job, what we discussed, is accomplished by the phase advancer, which is a simply, you can say it is a AC exciter. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೋಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಫೇಸ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸರ್ ಇಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೋಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಪವರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ಇಂಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಮೋಟರ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್, ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು ರೋಟಾರ್. ಸ್ಟೇಟರ್ ವೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಕ್ಸೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ನ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಗಿಂತ ಬಿಹೈಂಡ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ದ ವೋಲ್ಟೇಜ್ ಬೈ 90 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ರಿಯಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಲೋಡ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಈಗ ಲ್ಯಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪವರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಹಳ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಟರ್ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ಆಂಪಿಯರ್ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು, ಎಕ್ಸೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಂಪಿಯರ್ ಟರ್ನ್ಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಸಿ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ, ಬೇರೆ ಎಸಿ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಇಂದ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ಸ್ಟೇಟರ್ ವೈಂಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಗಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದೇ ಫೇಸ್ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸರ್ಸ್. How the phase advancers are used? The phase advancers are mounted on the same shaft as the main motor and it is connected in the rotor circuit of the motor. It provides the exciting ampere turns to the rotor circuit at slip frequency. By providing more ampere turns than required, the induction motor can be made to operate as a leading power factor like a over-excited synchronous motor. The advantages are the lagging kVAR drawn by the motor is sufficiently reduced by the exciting ampere turns supplied at slip frequency. The phase advancers can be easily used where the synchronous motor is unacceptable. The only disadvantage is the phase advancers are not economical if they are used for below 200 HP. That means approximately you can say 150 kilowatt. Next topic, selection of capacitor bank to improve power factor. For the dimensioning of capacitor bank to be installed in order to improve the power factor of the plant, it is necessary to calculate correctly the power factor according to the consumption or a load cycle of the plant. This in order to avoid the intake of the excessive reactive energy which is conditionally normally forbidden by the power supply authority. To carry out the distributed or group power factor correction, it is necessary to calculate the cos phi of a single phase load or a group of load in factory areas. There are two different methods. First one is direct method, second one is indirect method. Directly through direct measuring by the means of power factor meter. Indirectly means through the reading of active and reactive energy meters. The power factor meter is a measuring instrument able to display the power factor cos phi according to which the load is absorbing the energy. The reading of the instrument shall be carried out in different movements of the load cycle so that an average power factor value can be obtained. In three-phase system, the capacitor bank constitutes by three capacitors having same capacitance. can be delta connected or star connected. The power factor correction capacitors are rated actually in VAR. That means 1 VAR equals 1 volt ampere of reactive power. The power factor correction capacitors are rated in VARs, VARS, 1 volt ampere reactive power. VARs are the units of measurement of indicating how much reactive power the capacitor will supply. As the reactive power is usually measured in thousands of VAR and is added to create more familiar, that is kVAR. Usually the reactive power is defined as a wattless component, that is a non-useful power, but it is represented by where VAR, volt amp reactive, or kVAR, kilovolt amp reactive. The capacitors are rated in kVAR, how much the reactive power that the capacitor will supply. Each unit of kVAR supplied will decreases the inductive reactive power demand by the same amount. Consider an, by using the diagram, consider an inductive load taking a lagging current I at a power factor cos phi 1. In order to improve the power factor of this circuit, the remedy is to connect a equipment called a capacitor, static capacitor, which is parallel with the load. You can see in a diagram in a figure 1, that is parallel with the load, that will take the leading reactive component and partly cancels the lagging reactive component of the load. You can see in a figure 1, a capacitor is connected across the load. In figure 2, the resultant waveform phasor diagram. The capacitor takes a current IC which leads the supply voltage by 90 degree. The current IC partially cancels the lagging reactive component of the load current. You can see in a phasor diagram, the resultant circuit current becomes I dash, that is new one, I dash, at the phase angle phi 2. It is clear that phi 2 is less than phi 1. You can see phi 2 is less than phi 1, so that the new power factor cos phi 2 is more than the previous power factor cos phi 1. From the phasor diagram, it is clear that after the power factor correction, the lagging reactive component of the load is reduced to I dash sine phi 2. Or you can see, you can put in other way also. Sine phi 2 is equal to I sine phi 1 minus IC, or IC capacitor current equals I psi phi 1 minus I dash sine phi 2. Therefore, IC divided by omega V. From this illustration, it is conclude that after installing the capacitor bank, the power factor is improved from cos phi 1 to cos phi 2. Next, you can go through an example. A single phase motor connected to a 400 volts 50 hertz supply takes a current of 31.7 amps at the power factor of 0.7 lagging. Calculate the capacitance required in parallel with the motor to raise the power factor to 0.9 lagging. Now you can take active component of IM. IM cos phi m equals 22.19 amperes. That is, active component is true power or actual power. I is equal to I cos phi, that is I equals 24.65 amperes. If the reactive component of the magnetizing current IM is IM sin phi m, that is 22.6 amps. Reactive component of current I is 10.75 amperes. After installing the capacitor parallel to the motor, IC will draw the leading current. In the phasor diagram, you can see the IC will draws the leading current. That means it will be leads the voltage by 90 degree. So due to this, the reactive power is injected by the capacitor. So the first question: power factor can be improved by connecting which among these? The options are static capacitor, resistor, synchronous condenser, D, both A and C. The answer will be D, both A and C. Both static capacitor and synchronous condensers are used. Second question, what is the advantages of static capacitor? The options are low losses, easy installation, low maintenance, all of the above. The answer will be all of the above. Next question. Which among these is the advantages of synchronous condenser? Helps in achieving the stepless control of power factor. The motor winding has a lower thermal stability. The maintenance cost is low. All of the above. The answer is helps in achieving the stepless control of power factor. Option is A for third question. Next, fourth question. The phase advancers are used for which among the following machines? The options are transformer, synchronous machines, induction motor, DC machines. The answer is you have to keep in mind phase advancers are only used for induction motors. That is option C. Next, what is the main disadvantage of phase advancer? The options are cannot be used for motors below 200 HP, produces noise, can be used where synchronous motor is unadmissible, none of this. Option A cannot be used for the motors below 200 HP. That means approximately 150 kilowatt. Sixth question. The most suitable location for the power factor improvement device is? Options are near the electrical appliances where is responsible for poor power factor, at the sending end, at the receiving end in the case of transmission line. B, both A and C. The correct answer is near the electrical appliances which is responsible for poor voltage factor and at the receiving end in the case of transmission line. Option D. Both A and C options are correct. Next, question number 7. Low power factor is usually not due to discharge lamps, arc lamps, incandescent lamps, induction furnace. The option is C, incandescent lamps. You can see the incandescent lamps where they are using tungsten filament. Here it is a resistive load. That means it is not a causes of low power factor. Question number 8. For a consumer, which is the most economical power factor? The option is C, 0.85 to 0.95 lagging. Usually the utilities will suggest the consumers to maintain almost all exactly to 0.95, approximately 0.95 lagging power factor. The primary reason for the low power factor is due to the installation of options are induction motor, DC motor, synchronous motor, commutator. The answer is the induction motors. The both single phase and three phase induction motor as the primary reason for the causes of low power factor. Question number 10. For which among the following consumers is penalty imposed for low power factor? Residential and commercial consumers, B, industrial consumers, C, agricultural consumers, D, all of the above. The option will be industrial consumers. Okay, these are the answers which are discussed for above MCQs. These are the reference books. Thank you.